Recently, I was browsing eBay for a microSD card that I needed. I didn't particularly care about speed, but I just wanted one with the largest capacity and the lowest price. So I stumbled across this eBay seller New South Wales 101 who was selling this 32GB Sandisk Edge microSD card for about $12. That's significantly less than at a physical store or even other Australian eBay stores. I bought it on a whim, mainly because of my curiosity as to whether this would actually work. A bit of internet reading also showed that Edge was not an official Sandisk brand. The seller on eBay is also selling, at good prices, SD cards from a brand called QMOX, which upon a quick Google search appears to be somewhat legit. Something rather peculiar is that when I bought it, it said there was one sold and that I was buying the last one. But when I revisited the page, it keeps track of more people who bought it, but it still says that there's only one left. Alright, so this arrived in the mail 1 week later. The address, etc. is on the other side. What's rather interesting is that the seller is based in Hong Kong according to eBay. The item listing said that it was in Sydney, where I live, but the sender's address was actually in Victoria. Now, I'm not going to show you what that address is, but let's open this up and see what's inside. I'm hoping this is the package we expect. Inside we see a note with the microSD card delivery note, and we see microSD to full SD adapter, which looks like it's got a microSD card inside it. Let's have a look. Right, so we have a legit SanDisk microSD to full SD adapter. I know this is legit because I've used these exact ones before. They've come with actual SanDisk cards. If we take the microSD out, it does say SanDisk Edge, which is not an official SanDisk brand, as we've talked about before. See if we can get that to focus. No, not going to focus. But yeah. It says microSD HC1 and it's got the class 4 symbol on it. So, test it out, I guess. When first plugging the SD card into the computer, this is what we're greeted with, which looks alright. Now we've got Crystal Disk Mark 6 running on my Lenovo T410 laptop using the built-in SD card reader over here. The reason I'm not using a screen recording software is because I don't want that to mess with the results in any way. So that's why I'm recording with my phone. But once we get the results, we'll screenshot it. We'll also do a test using an external USB 2 SD card reader that I have. Unfortunately, I don't have any USB 3 card readers, so we won't be able to get more accurate results. But considering it's rated as a class 4 card, I don't think we'll be running into any bottlenecks here. Now, this is rather surprising. The internal card reader, which is now more than 8 years old on this laptop, actually performed better than the external one, because I guess it's a cheap one. Pause the video if you want to have a closer look. Right, now the reason I actually bought this card was to use in PSP. So what we're going to do is put it into this microSD to Memory Stick Pro Duo memory card adapter. And with this, we're going to pop this into our PSP 1000. The only reason I'm taking this video is because theoretically this should work fine because there were 32GB memory sticks. Now it's saying that it needs to be formatted, which I somewhat expected. So let's go back and do that. I haven't formatted this at all since the original settings. So system settings, format memory stick, yes, yes. Alright, now let's have a look. Memory stick is formatted. Yep, we can see 29GB of free space. If we go to information, yep, we can see all 29GB. One final test that needed to be done was to make sure that this card wasn't a fake and actually did contain 32GB of storage. In order to do that, I ran this utility called Fake Flash Test, and that checked out. In conclusion, this card works fine. My benchmarks are probably not that accurate due to the bad readers used, but they do show that the performance is fine for everyday uses. So if you've got something like an old PSP that needs a bit more storage, or even an Android phone that has an SD card slot for increasing the capacity, I would recommend this card. Considering the card I got actually came in a QMOX bag, I'd even say that those QMOX cards, which are actually slightly cheaper, will still work fine. Overall, thumbs up.